that like button. Hit the like button. Hey, shut up. Hey, Nico. Yo, start that, y'all. You can chill me. So the Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis fight is canceled. Yeah, but I don't like the disrespect coming from Jake Paul though. Like, who the fuck? Like, man, I don't even know how the fuck Jake Paul even had a voice. Like, how did we allow Jake Paul to get a voice, man? That shit is crazy to me. Nigga went from a YouTuber turned semi-professional boxer that's making more money than all the rest of the boxers. Like, this nigga's the fucking Jake Paul, the biggest boxer in the world. Like, how the fuck did that happen, y'all? The nigga he ain't had no history of boxing. Now he has got better, lately, from training. Yeah, but that transition was crazy. But the fight is canceled between Gervonta and Jake Paul. And part of the reason, Ricky Ricks, what it is. So they say they're looking for another opponent. But I don't like the disrespect. I don't like the disrespect at all coming from y'all. I think he wanted Gervonta to take a fall. Gervonta he ain't fucking with it. He wanted that man to take a fall, man. Man, but that ain't the reason, y'all. That ain't the reason. That ain't the reason.
Listen up, football fan.
Them people overlook shit like that for money. That damn girl, yo, every time Tank has a fight, she does this shit. Every time. She did it with the Lamar Roach fight. Like, every time he has a fight, she pulls a move like this. I don't know what the fuck wrong with Shorty, man.
Kickoff press conference of most valuable promotions, Jake Paul.
I was looking forward to it, to be honest.
We are at this point now, and you've got a fight now with Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, absolutely. Manifestations, everything. I knew we would be here. Before we start more, I want to take a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk and his family, Erica Kirk, real heroes of America. I want to take a moment of silence, please.
Real heroes of America.
Thank you.
The fuck out of here.
Taking it serious, so we just got to see what he bring come when we fighting.
November 14th.
Yeah, November 14th.
He's stupid as fuck.
I got a number of questions for both of you.
What was that?
Before we get into those questions, I want to bring up a special guest to give you some of the details about the fight. And along with Jake, this man has made it his mission, of course, MVP's mission.
Partnership. I also want to thank the Florida State Athletic
I
Commission.
never watched this before.
And also thank the legendary Al Heyman, who, along with myself and Team Davis, has worked to get this event to this point. Tomorrow morning, we will announce multiple world title fights as a part of this card, including a historically relevant co-main. As Brian said,
Who's going to
This
be on the
event has been
undercard?
4 years in the making, when a fairly novice Jake Paul made a wish list of future opponents.
Fuck out of
To
here.
my limits, I'm more locked in than ever. But at the
I
end
don't
of the day,
understand how he even became a boxer. Like this whole situation is crazy. He must be. Let me look into yo.
I know I'm going to be able to come out on top and outbox the guy who's been doing it for 7 times as long as me.
Obviously, toughest test that you faced to this point. You beat an undefeated world champion. Is this the fight where folks, especially in the boxing community, have to say Jake Paul
okay.
deserves to be at the elite level?
See, he Jewish. Now it makes sense. Okay, I see how he did it. I mean, that all makes sense now, man.
Now they'll never give me credit until I have the world championship belt, but that's okay. It doesn't matter, you know. But belts collect dust, and what I've done in the sport is unprecedented. Never will be replicated, and done it in such a short amount of time. Just getting warmed up, they're not going to give me credit. But I don't need the credit from these bozos, to be honest. The credit's in my bank account.
Tank, I'll start with you. I guess a number of people will say, why Jake Paul as opposed to a rematch with Lamont Roach?
It just, you know, I don't want to put a lot out there, but it just, you know, doing what's best for me and what's right for me. And I've been doing this for a little minute now. You know, I've been doing it since I was 7 years old. You know, so this is the first camp I can, like, you know, enjoy myself, be back myself. Like, even leading up to like the rematch of the Roach fight, it was more so like, I don't want to get too much in
He
it,
wasn't even
but
trying to fight Roach to begin with. Tried to
November
cancel that
the
bitch 3 times.
14th, you got Jake Paul and me. I think it's gonna be a great event. Every time I fight is fireworks. Jake Paul coming in, you know, he's much bigger, he's much stronger. Boxing wins come November the 14th. You know, it's not just me and Jake on a fight. It's a whole card, and we just giving boxing what it needs, and that's excitement.
He certainly has the size, stronger guy. What specifically does Jake Paul have that concerns you?
What concern me, his power. Gotta test his power. Gotta test his just everything. To be honest, I never been in the ring with Jake, so I could say a lot. But when it comes down to November the 14th, you know, I gotta be in there with him. I gotta be able to, you know, his arm reach, his size, his power, you know, the way he moving and things like that. I just gotta adapt, you know, as I fight him come November the 14th.
One of the things, Jake, about you, mental toughness. And you've certainly used that mental toughness with a number of your opponents and have rattled them before the fight. This guy's certainly experienced. You think you can rattle Gervonta Davis before y'all step into the ring?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. This is gonna be a true on boxing fight. The best man will win, and you know, I think the shit talk is all fun, and we've been going at it for years and years, but I don't think either one of us really care. We just want to go in there and prove that we're better than the other one.
You've talked to a lot about leaving a lasting legacy in the sport of boxing. You beat Tank Davis. Do you believe you've basically cemented yourself as one of the best in the sport?
Nah, not yet. I'm just getting warmed up, but this will certainly shut up a lot more people. Each fight has done that so far. Only 5 years as a pro, and feels like the last fight I had was the end of chapter 1. This is the beginning of chapter 2, and I'm only 28 years old. I have a lot more to prove, and once I beat this guy, more people will shut up. But at the end of the day, I'm really still just getting warmed up in the sport, and I'm going to show how good I am. You know, this is a top 10 pound for pound fighter that I'm going to outbox. And truly, when people run back this press conference, all the shit talk, all the fun, they're going to be like, wow, this kid really is doing something monumental in the sport, and he's actually an insane boxer. And I'm going to show that this guy who's been doing it his whole life has been doing it wrong his whole life.
What'd you say, Tank?
He said he gonna outbox me. Whoop-de-doo. Say that.
The one thing, when you have a fight of this magnitude, especially with Jake, because his appeal has been global. For you, Tank, do you think this is one of those fights where now all of a sudden you can show your boxing skills on a global scale to maybe people who weren't interested in boxing? All of a sudden they say, well, who is this guy?
Yeah, it's actually like, you know, now that I'm looking at it now, it's just like, I don't know, probably it was a good thing, you know, by just, you know, us fighting. Because you have someone that, we come from two different sides, like, of the world. We come from, you know, and we still on the same path to get the same thing, you know? So, I think it's good. You know, my headspace that I'm in now is way better than what I was before, and that's the only thing that mattered to me. Again, this fight gonna be exciting. Fighters is a taller fighter. A shorter person is hard to fight a taller person. So, I mean, well, a taller person is hard. It's hard to fight a shorter person. So, we know he's gonna be definitely frustrated. You know, he's slower. You know, his arm reach not that much longer. We just gotta wait and see until we get in there and test the waters. But
So
for
Jake
sure,
Paul saying this video of this assault. I don't know what the fuck is up with Tank and putting his hands on women, but or this woman in particular. It's mainly this girl, man. She must know he need to get the fuck away from Shorty. She must know how to motherfucking press his buttons. But as a man, you gotta be more emotionally conscious, man. Can't keep letting this girl put you in a motherfucking trick bag. So, oh my God, come on now. So, that's not my page. Where the fuck is my page at? So Jake Paul posted called fuck that boy name is this his Jewish partner.
And beat up a girl, dragged it, bro. He pulled up to Tootsie's and beat up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot, and punched her in the face. And it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
Wait, but how do you know that happened?
it's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this in public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was sober, driving to Tootsie's, and it's just like, I'm gonna beat this girl up. Like, he wasn't even drunk. There's video, and he ruins his own life, his own sport. He sets a bad example for people. Like,
Yo, I think they trying to slander Gervonta the whole time. Yo, there's a plot going on to destroy Gervonta Davis, man. I mean, he ain't making it no easier because he stay in trouble. But I think it's these people. That's what the fuck I think. I think it's these motherfuckers. You know, because Tank don't fuck with y'all. His ass is sold out to a whole nother country. Then you got Jake Paul. He a part of these people too. So this is what Jake Paul said. And this I don't respect this coming from y'all because who the fuck is you? It's a whole fucking goofball. Just got some money. Y'all these motherfuckers get money and think they ain't goofy no more. Yo, and I unfollowed every page that shares Blueface and Krishan, yo. I unfollowed that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I can't deal with that shit no more. Had to get the well, I tried to unfollow all of them. I unfollowed most of them. But that shit is so saturated on the internet. It's hard to. I had to delete my whole timeline. So this is what Jake Paul said. Gervonta Davis is an actual walking human piece of garbage. Working with him is an absolute nightmare. The unprofessionalism, the bizarre requests, the showing up hours late to shoots, to the numerous arrests and related accusations and lawsuits. If you support this man, you support the most vile sin a man can commit. Like, yo, why go through all of this though, y'all? You understand? Like, all right, whatever happened. You know, you say it's a video. If it was, I think it should be released. I think it would have been released, but I say it is a video. Though all this is extra, yo. Like this right here leads me to believe that this is an orchestrated attempt to diminish, discredit, and destroy yo. I don't want to give this woman abuser a platform to grow his fans and to grow his bank account. My company championships women. I'm so sorry to everyone involved. Mostly to the undercard fighters, to my team at MVP, and to my team who worked so hard preparing for this fight, sacrificing time with loved ones and kids just for this fool to lose his unintelligent mind. Again, it's scary that a devilish man like this can raise to the top of culture in sports, including in positions of power. Hope you people moving forward look beyond his fake streetwear pieces, swag, and search for something deeper to be a fan of. As for me, I'm on to the next one as always. Anyone, anytime, any place. Jake Paul. Like, yo, this was extra, yo. This screams racism. I hope you people moving forward look beyond his fake streetwear pieces, his swag. Yo, but look at this nigga. You talking about nigga? Look how you dress, y'all. Look at this nigga. Earrings, diamond. You don't look no different than him. Look, matter of fact, I would think.
Especially with Jake, because
The shit talk, all the fun. They're
basically cement.
November 14th, you know, I gotta be.
Y'all basically got on the same thing.
You know, his arm reach, his size, his power, you know, the way he moving and things like that. I just gotta adapt.
They trying to destroy Tank, man. Tank bucked the system, yo. This is what happens when you buck the system. Yeah, whatever. That domestic violence shit, that ain't the biggest issue. Cause these motherfuckers, these people take money over everything. They don't give a fuck what you got going on. If you willing to make them a bag, they willing to they conform. It's all about money with them. They ain't moving off no motherfucking morals and principles or no integrity. You understand? He act like he moving off code. Like, nigga, you don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. If that was the case, you would have never even. If he really cared, right? If Jake Paul and his team, you know, really cared about the image of Gervonta Davis, yo, Gervonta Davis got a long list of problems. Yeah, man, he got an accident in Baltimore where he crashed, and you know the predator. We know about that. He got a few domestic. You'd have never even booked the fight. If that was the issue, you would have never booked the fight. I think Gervonta Davis wasn't willing to conform. They probably wanted him to take a fall. He probably said, fuck no. I ain't taking no fall. We gonna fight and let the best man win. You know, because Jake Paul fights. And I think he's suing somebody for this, for saying his fight is orchestrated. Like that fight with Tyson, yo, come on, yo, Tyson could have beat y'all if he wanted to. You feel me? You could tell by how the fight was orchestrated. Tyson was holding back punches. It was times Tyson could have had clean hits to his face. He didn't take them. Like, man, get this nigga out of here. I'm mad that we allowed him to be a fucking voice. You understand what I'm saying? He talking about Gervonta Davis. I'm mad we allowed him to even have a say so. But we didn't allow it. See, that's the thing. We don't allow it. We don't have no control over this shit. That's the biggest issue right now. We don't have no control over these people. What the fuck? Can't even see the goddamn thing. All right, there we go. Look, he say it's scary that a devilish man like this can rise to the top of coaching in sports, including the positions of power. I think it's scary that he was able to do it, to be honest. A motherfucking YouTuber turned professional boxer that's making more money than every fucking boxer. If I was a boxer that trained my whole life and reached a level of success, yeah, I would quit boxing. When Jake Paul became a thing, I'd have fucking retired. Straight up and down. Yeah, when Jake Paul became a thing in boxing, I'd have quit. No more boxing for me. I'm done. Cause he took the motherfucking most easiest route possible. He took the YouTube route. Like if I knew I could take the YouTube route and turn that shit into and go to the NBA, then yo, what does that say about the people that been training to go to the NBA their whole life? You know, I ain't played varsity, I ain't played JV, I ain't go to JUCO, you feel me? I ain't go to college. I just was nice on YouTube and went to the motherfucking gym. Yo, that's why they didn't let Master P become in that. Yo, Master P was good enough to play in the NBA. They didn't allow Master P to be in the NBA at that time because he jumped the line. Master P was good enough to play in the NBA, man. Master P had some good games when he was playing for New Orleans. What was it, Charlotte or New Orleans? I forgot. I think it was New Orleans at the time. You know, they was the Charlotte Hornets. I don't remember which one it was. Whatever it was, he was good enough to play. He had good games. He could at least went to a G League team. But no, they didn't give him the opportunity. But now you got Jake Paul who comes years later and basically do the same thing, and they make him damn near the face of boxing. You know, because of his affiliation. You know what I knew it had to have been something like that. You know, I never really looked into y'all. But for him to be able to do what he did and then reach this level of success, I knew it had to have been, you know, some Floyd Mayweather shit going on. I don't think they ever wanted that fight to happen. But Gervonta got to stop putting his hands on women. Got to stop putting his hands on women. Yeah, but look at this story. Look what we have here. Which interview does Vlad regret the most? Look at these people do, y'all. They just can't take full accountability. He can't. He's going to try to act like he's upset or he regrets the BTB Savage interview, but don't take full accountability. Yo, nobody knew who BTB Savage was, man. Nobody knew this story, yo. The BTB Savage story did not ever have to make Vlad TV. This was Vlad TV being predatory, preyed on his ignorance, his stupidity for monetary gain. That's what this was. But look how he explains it.
Regret doing. Think I shouldn't have done that. Bad idea. I mean, the BTB Savage interview was definitely the biggest heartbreak that I've had over someone I've interviewed. Because I'm not familiar. BTB Savage was a Texas artist, really more of an underground upcoming artist. He was involved in some sort of deal at his apartment where the guy tried to rob him, and him and his girlfriend ended up the guy over and he ended up in self-defense.
That's not even what happened, though. The girlfriend killed the guy. Look, he's not even telling. He knows the story. He's intentionally not telling the story correctly. The girlfriend killed the guy.
Now, I my heart goes out to situations like this because of the whole home invasion situation. If someone goes into your home and tries to, I feel that you have all the right in the world to person.
Now he's trying to explain. I just interviewed him because I've been through a similar situation. Well, you should have just told your situation, man. You ain't had to bring him up there to tell his. Like, yo, this is what they do, yo. They never take full accountability, and we allow them to just talk and don't don't refute it, don't question them even further. Just because you went through a home invasion had nothing to do with the fact that BTB Savage went through it. No, you thought it was a good story. You thought it was a good story, bro. Just say that. I thought it was a good story. Nobody knew about it. It came about my desk. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna put this on my platform for views. That's what it was, man.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's a person in your home. That person's trying to do you harm. Self-defense is something that I've always held on to very strongly since that night, because that night changed my life forever. So he talked about this whole story, and during the course of telling the story, he was kind of bragging a little bit about it. Right? He was sort of putting a little bit extra sauce on it and kind of bragging about it a little bit. And then, like, the interview aired, and then a couple of days later, he posted a picture of himself at the crime scene, all over the floor, and him like,
Yeah, I don't even know if that picture. I don't even know if that picture came out after that interview. Cause I remember seeing that picture in that interview around the same motherfucking time. Who remember that situation? Did he post that picture after the interview? And at the end of the day, it don't even matter, yo. That interview was horrible. That interview provoked feelings. If they was gonna let it slide after that interview, it wasn't no more letting that shit slide. They was coming. I don't think he's trying to make it seem like it was more so the picture than the interview. I think it might have been both. I don't think one was more important than the other.
pulling up a bunch of jewelry and chains.
So this is just a way, by bringing up the picture, it's a way to take full accountability or take accountability off him for even airing that nonsense. Shouldn't even post it. Should never interviewed him. It was stupid.
With the caption, "Too much motion." And later that. Wow. Yeah. What interview?
Let's find that. Let's see what else he said. Vlad TV, BTB Savage. Vlad TV. That interview was horrible, man. Where's the interview with Vlad talked about that shit? Oh, he sat down with who the fuck is that? What's this guy name right here, y'all? Bootleg Cave. Bootleg Cave, Vlad TV. Oh, he did this is 7 months ago. Let's see what else he said. Bootleg Cave don't even give his platform. I don't know if his subscribers is real, cause his numbers don't do shit.
What's up, y'all? DJ Vlad from Vlad TV. Check out.
Shut your bitch ass up. What the fuck on my internet, yo?
Around like a little bit of the same time. Yeah, but you gotta give a shout out to people like Smack that really could. There's a lot of long form stuff because radio format is like
people who like have like done cartel like time in like America and hip hop culture. If you just watch the Boondocks, you're like, there's so much cultural significance.
Had been pushing this clip recently where it was like, did DJ Vlad cause the end of the Boondocks? So I'm like, okay, like I'm 50% of my.
Everybody think
And by the way, I felt horrible horrible because this was a young man with a future. He had gone through.
You could relate to.
I could relate to.
All right, here we go.
But like when something like that happens, obviously you can't foresee or have the amount of seasons it had.
All
Yeah.
right, here we go.
It's kind of like the cartoon Chappelle in terms of like.
Well, yeah, that was the two shows. My two favorite shows at the time was Chappelle's show and Boondocks.
And each of them made
I wasn't
such an
able to get on
impact
Chappelle's show,
with
but I did
limited
get on the
seasons.
Boondocks.
Yeah.
But I did get on the Boondocks, so I'm
Right.
like, okay, like I'm 50% of my my wish list was achieved. But yeah, no, it was like there's already a bunch of issues there, and yeah, Aaron just never quite captured the magic of the Boondocks after that. I don't know, has he done anything since
I'm not sure.
Black Jesus?
I'm not sure. I'm not too hip to what he's been doing outside of Black Jesus and Boondocks.
Yeah.
Has there ever been something, because I'm kind of remembering there was the interview you did where the kid had talked about how he killed somebody who tried to rob him, and then he ended up getting killed after the interview dropped.
BTV Savage.
BTV Savage. That was what, 2023 that happened? Was that 2 years ago?
That was a rough.
But like when something like that happens, obviously you can't foresee or have the foresight to understand like how people react to any sort of.
Yo, yes, you can know, yo. Yo, if you see, that's the shit that be. Hold on, that's the shit that be pissing me off with these niggas. Yo, if you don't have the wherewithal, right, to interview these people and ask these police ass questions and not think it's gonna be consequences and repercussions for it, yo, then maybe you maybe you're in the wrong line of work. Yo, I watched that interview and was like, yo, this interview is horrible. You understand? Horrible. When I first seen it, like, yo, there's no way. Similar to Brandon Buckingham. And you know, man, Brandon Buckingham, to fuck with Brandon Buckingham, he admitted he was wrong. And I don't know. Well, I don't really watch a lot of his content or his videos. But from what I was watching after the conversation me and him had, he moved away from allowing people to diss the dead in his videos. You know. So when I hollered at the fuck. So when I hollered at y'all about the YBC duel situation, that's what I told him. Like, yo, you gotta be able to know. Like, yo, when you interviewing these people, like, yo, that YBC duel shit, yo, you had that boys up that bitch bragging and acting like he was untouchable. He's in the city of Philadelphia, the trenches of Philadelphia. There's gonna be some people upset about that. It's gonna be some people upset about that. And when you edit in that video, also, you gotta realize you're dealing with ignorance. And whatever blowback happens to him, it's gonna come back to your platform. You understand? So in order to maintain the credibility of your platform, you have a duty and obligation to make sure that you don't put out anything that's going to come back to you. You understand? You don't want to put out a video of a rapper dissing the dead. He get killed, and now they go back to your video like, damn, I see why they did that shit. You don't want that if you're moving off integrity. But the problem is these guys are predatory. I ain't talking about Brandon Blake. Vlad is predatory. Adam is predatory. But they got picks. Brandon Blake been exposing 1090 Jake for at least a year now. He done been on Vlad's platform twice. Why haven't you asked that man about the rest of the COs? You understand? If it's no holds bar, you ask all questions. Why ain't asked that man about the rest of them COs yet, man? That man had built a whole career. You still talking to that boy about street shit, snitching and paperwork, and he on paperwork, and you ain't questioning that yet. So you got picks, yo. Don't act like, oh, I just ain't supposed to know that, man. No, you know what the fuck you doing. You know what you doing. Ain't nobody buying that shit, man. Dumbass nigga.
This is come out of an interview, but like when something like that happens, how do you feel?
Well, I mean, here's the thing about that interview.
And he ain't paid for no friend
just to
or
preface
nothing.
it to show why I did it. I talked about this before. I had dealt with a home invasion myself. So I was at a girl's house and her ex-boyfriend jumped through the window and attacked me and threatened to kill me and,
Yeah,
you know,
I've heard you talk
and
about
so
it.
forth. So it was a very, like, you know, in the process, I thought I'd killed him in self-defense. So a lot of what BTB Savage had gone through,
You could relate to.
I could relate to, right? So when I heard about that story that this guy had killed somebody in self-defense over somebody trying to rob him, it resonated with me. So I did the interview with him and we talked about it. And, you know, we didn't really, you know, I wasn't trying to really glamorize it, but I wanted to show that, like, yo, like, you have the right to defend yourself if somebody goes into your home armed and tries to kill you. Like, I support what him and his girlfriend did that day. But unfortunately, after that interview came out, he then posted a photo of himself at the crime scene
With all the blood.
with blood all over.
Unfortunately. Like that's the biggest issue. Nah, bro, that interview was horrible. Yo, do we gotta go back to that interview again? Did people remember that interview? That probably is one of the worst interviews ever aired on YouTube. Like, for real, no. Jokes aside, yo, that probably is one of the worst interviews that was ever aired on YouTube.
Over the floor.
Crazy thing to post.
Yeah, and he's like got all his jewelry on, and the caption was like too much motion.
Yeah.
And right after that, he got killed.
Look, not taking accountability. Nah, bro, they was already on their way. They was already on their way. Do we gotta go to the investigation? Hold on. Let me finish it. Let him finish talking.
So you could say, was the interview part of it? I'm sure it was part of it, but that photo, I think, is what put it over the top. You know.
Was there ever a situation where, because, like, I know, like,
and by the way, I felt horrible.
Yeah, reach out to the family.
This was a young man with a.
You ain't feel horrible enough. You was beefing with that man mother after that shit, posting screenshots and shit. You ain't feel that goddamn horrible, my nigga. Yeah, man. Did you pay for the funeral? Did you reach out? Did you? I mean, did you get him all proceeds from the interview? You ain't feel horrible, bitch. That video went crazy. You loved it.
Future, he had a baby. It was just like.
He was a kid, yeah.
He was a kid, and I was just like, damn, like it was just sad. It was just a very sad day. It's not something.
He was a kid. That's what they all do. They prey on ignorance. They prey on ignorance. Like, yo, I wouldn't be able to do that interview. Like, all right, if I bring up there to talk about the situation, right? Me knowing how this shit go, I'm not gonna allow you to. You can talk about it, but I'm not gonna allow you to brag about it. You understand? That's difference. Like, yo, you gotta show some type of humility. You gotta, you know, even if you don't even necessarily feel that way, you might feel like it was justified. It is what it is. Fuck yo. You feel me? But on a platform that got millions of people watching, yo, you don't wanna give that perception off like that, you know, because people gonna be upset. You know, people gonna be upset. And the plot didn't start until that video came out. So that's how you know it was the video. They wasn't tracking him down after that killing. It's the video, man.
Something I ever wanted. It was not something that I ever thought would happen. I didn't, you know, but I think that photo is really what did it, though.
Right. Yeah, I remember seeing that photo and be like, yo, this is an insane thing to post.
It was an insane photo. Yeah. It was an absolutely, and, you know, I mean, to be sitting there, and it was one thing to say, look, this happened, I protected myself, and unfortunately.
Man, fuck out of here, lying ass nigga. Man, arrested. Should I spell this shit on for BTB Savage. I wonder when he go to court. His court date should be coming up soon. We gotta get an update on that. What's your name?
Who opened fire, killing a man last week on Mid Lane near River Oaks. The gunman, identified as 40-year-old Montrell Burley, he's charged with killing a rapper sitting in a white Mercedes. Burley, however, still on the run.
God, he tore that motherfucker up. God damn. I ain't gonna say the motherfucker chopper or something. Jesus Christ. I didn't know that shit was that bad like that.
Along with another suspect in the shooting.
Damn.
Gerald Harris is live at HPD headquarters tonight after speaking with the victim's mother. Gerald.
Yeah, police and the victim's mother say as the shooting of her son was a targeted attack.
No mother should ever feel this pain. No mother should ever have to bury her child.
The mother of Daryl Gentry, a rapper known on social media as BTB Savage, is reeling over the death of her son. She says the targeting of her son began earlier this year in San Antonio when a man who was supposed to be her son's friend attempted to rob him.
Anybody that knows the real, done
Yeah,
business
but
with the
BTB
real,
Savage was green. He was green as grass. I mean, to go up there and do what he did showed you how green he was.
knows that he's a straight up dude.
Project
I
Baby.
don't call my son BTB. I call him the real. I call him D-Bot.
Gentry, along with his fiancée, were able to take down the robbers, allegedly killing one in self-defense. And she says a recent blog appearance by her son ramped up the pressure to retaliate against him and kill him after he talked about the incident in San Antonio. But it was on March 30th when Ward says her son called her predicting his death at a restaurant with people she believes were part of the plot to kill him.
He said, Mom, I'm going to talk to you regular, but read your text messages.
When Gentry got up from the table and went to the bathroom, he told his mom this.
And I said, what's going on? And he said, I think they're trying to set me. I'm sorry. He said, I think they're trying to set me up.
Later, Gentry would be killed on his way to the airport to fly to his mother. He was shot in a parking garage on Mid Lane, suffering at least one gunshot wound. His white Mercedes was riddled with bullets and his home burglarized.
Why?
Damn.
That's what I want to know. Why? Why did y'all kill my son?
Gentry spent 4 years in the U.S. military and has children he leaves behind.
They were even texting, telling the other ops what he got on, what color car he's driving, and all the way down to his 30-day tag.
And again, police are looking for Montrell.
I think it's a more detailed video. It's a more detailed video. I wonder what's the update on this case.
Right now at 6 o'clock, unraveling
Yeah,
a
that's what it
River
sound
Oaks
like.
murder case. Investigators
Yo, why the fuck my
followed
internet
the
acting
trail
slow?
from Houston to San Antonio.
Now,
Shit, yeah, I'm ready to call. I keep saying I'm gonna call Xfinity. I don't never do it. Yeah, my shit should not be
arrest
slow.
has been made. Montrell Burley has surrendered to police and now faces charges in the murder of rapper BTB Savage.
JPRC2's Bryce Newberry just spoke with BTB Savage's mother.
okay.
Bryce, she wants justice for her son, and an arrest was the first step.
Keith, Daniela, the first of many steps for this grieving mother. Tonight, Montrell Burley is behind bars here downtown on a $1 million bond accused of the murder of BTB Savage. Police say he walked into this building overnight and turned himself in 4 days after that warrant was issued for his arrest. This video you're looking at now is from his first court appearance just hours ago. You can see him cracking his neck and stretching just before his name was called. Court documents showed license plate readers and cell phone data linked Burley to the March 30th River Oaks area murder, where more than 60 rounds were fired. Investigators believe Burley committed the murder in retaliation after BTB Savage shot and killed one of his close friends and fellow gang members earlier this year in San Antonio. Police say that friend robbed BTB Savage and his girlfriend at gunpoint. They then closed the case after determining the homicide was justified. The rapper's mother, who we just spoke with, says she's grateful for all the work police did to track him down.
I was very glad to hear the news
yeah,
that
shit, it works.
they say he surrendered himself to authorities. I was upset that he got a bond because I didn't want him to have no bond.
He's still trying to
you
get a
know,
bond.
I'm gonna let the law be the law. Conviction will give me justice, you know, and that's all I want. I just want justice. I don't want no more
He
violence.
just tried to get a bond in 2015. I mean, 2018.
And records show that prosecutors are asking for bail to be denied in this case pending trial. They would like to have a hearing on that within the next week because Burley has been convicted of a felony in the past, and this murder that he's now accused of involved a deadly weapon. Reporting live downtown tonight, I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
He's still trying to get a bond. He tried to get a bond March of 2025. He appealed the decision. Where the fuck did he go to court? Oh no, he already got sentenced. Oh no, that's not him. Yeah, man, but Vlad a bitch. Yeah, he said, man, he talking about it was the picture. It wasn't that goddamn picture. Let's go. That interview was horrible, man. That interview was fucking horrible. I'm sitting back watching that shit like, yo, this nigga is tripping. And see, this is the thing that these guys do, yo. They weaponize their platform. Look, 3.4 million views. He ain't got this many views since. This might be one of his highest viewed videos. 2 years ago. This gotta be one of his highest viewed videos. Watch. Exactly. Yeah, I knew that's what it was. Time to work. He talking about. He talking about. Yeah, you know the picture was uploaded after. Yeah, I don't remember. I mean before the. I mean after the interview. I don't remember that being the case, y'all. I remember him doing the interview, then seeing the picture. That's what I remember. Oh, this bitch lying this shit. Popular. And that's one of his highest viewed videos. I don't know, Soldier Boy home invasion. See, this what he was trying to recreate. He was trying to recreate the Soldier Boy shit. But the difference between BTB Savage and Soldier Boy was Soldier Boy is put up. Yeah, man, you ain't ready to get Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy got money. So what he did was try to recreate this. You understand what I'm saying? With a guy that didn't have the money, didn't have the resources, or nothing. Look. It was predatory. And instead of taking accountability for it, hell no. Never done that. No, why am I internet doing this?
All right.
Let me pause this shit. Let this shit catch up.
Here we go. Today we have BTB Savage, who was recently involved in killing a man in self-defense and tried to rob him at his home. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Yes, sir. What's the deal, Vlad?
Well, number one, I'm glad you're safe. You had a very, very traumatic situation that recently happened. So I want to go ahead and get into this whole situation. So all this happened in San Antonio.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so tell me exactly what happened leading up to the situation.
Shit, they was always hitting me up to do music and shit like that. So I was like, all right, bet. Well, one day, it was late. I was like, shit, they was going to pay for the feature or whatever. We're going to do the song. And then they got to do the promo with it. I was going to do it at first. I wasn't going to do it at first, because it was so late. It was like damn near 10, 11. When I was talking to the girl I was with at the time, I'm like, shit, so I do this shit up, wait till tomorrow, and just meet him at a real studio. Like, and then, but I ain't gonna lie, I just wanted the bread. I'm like, all right, bet, they gonna pull up. I'm gonna grab the bread real quick, dip out, and then go back to my other crib with my cousin there. So, shit, so last minute, I'm like, shit, just come on. They're like, we got our own studio equipment. Like, if I say something, they got something to respond to it. Like, oh, I don't got this. Oh, I got it. I got this. I got that. So I'm like, shit, pull up. Let's do the song quick. So they pull up or whatever.
and it's him. I mean, it's other people in the car, so I don't know how that go or whatever. I don't know if they was dropping them off or what. So boom, they both hop out. And I'm like, what's up? I'm talking to him. I'm like, what's up? What y'all on? Blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, man, we just chilling. They're like, we've been trying to do this for the longest, bro. You be bullshitting and da-da-da. I'm like, all right, bet. We go inside the crib. And then they just talking and shit, like looking around. That's why I figured it was kind of weird they looking around when they first walk in my crib, like going like that and shit. But I just kind of didn't pay it no mind. I was just more of like, come on, let's get this out the way. I'm just gonna knock this out 30 seconds out, wrap it real quick, and now I'm done. I ain't tripping. So boom, they got down, started pulling out their equipment or whatever, or fake equipment. Like he pulled out a little box that it's a studio box, but like it got the mixer in it. It didn't have really shit in it. So then a dude, I guess the older dude, I didn't really know him like that. I don't know them like that. I didn't know him at all. So whenever he was talking to me, the dude I'm talking to for the feature or whatever, he talking to his uncle, like he like, oh, I ain't got this, I ain't got that. So his uncle said, go to the car and get more, like get the rest of the equipment or whatever. So I'm thinking like, damn, why would you? It should be the opposite way. You tell him to go, cause we like the ones we locked in. We talked or whatever about the song, to do the song, and you gonna leave the random dude in my crib type shit. So when he walked out, I was kind of nervous, so I locked the door, both locked. And his uncle, he pulled out some bread. He like, oh man, we ain't on that. We ain't on that. We not on no weird shit or nothing like that. You ain't got to lock the doors and like that. He was like, I'm a grown man or whatever. I was like, oh no, bro. I just got PTSD. Like whenever he come and knock on the door, I'll just open it like that. I'm not even gonna let nobody random person walk in my crib. And then he like, oh no, I respect that. I respect that. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, yeah, we be doing that shit. We be active too. He pulling out bread. He like, yeah, I've been doing this and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I was like, shit, nah, for sure. Like, respect. Like, do your thing. I ain't tripping. I don't care. I actually don't give a fuck what they were doing. Just where the bread at? Like, pay for this shit and got my face for real. So, while he talking, he asked him about my chain. He like, how much, what jewelry you go to, blah, 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 how much he hit you for? And I'm telling him, like, oh yeah, I dropped the bag in this one. Da, 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 da. And then while I'm talking, I go down to look at my piece while he talking. I'm like, this one? I'm like, yeah, this one. While I'm looking down like that, that's when he upped the pole on me. And he like, oh yeah, run that. And he had a distance though. And I'm like, man, you got me fucked up. I ain't running shit. So and he was like, shit, if you don't run that, I'm gonna blow you. And he like, I'm gonna shoot you type shit. And I was like, bro, you dead ass serious right now? And he was like, I'll shoot your bitch, nigga. Run that shit. So while I'm sitting there, I'm talking to him or whatever. He like, run that. I'm like, nah, you got me fucked up, bro. What the hell you got going? And then he like, nah, well, I see you flexing on Instagram, all that shit. Where is that? Like that. I was like, man, I'm like, bro, all right, bro. I started taking off my chain first because he started asking about other shit, like, where is it? Da, da, da. So I'm like, I'm giving what he want real quick. So I took off my chain and he's staying at a distance. He's still at a distance, so I can't like move quick and jump. So when he come over, he reached for the chain and he took the gun off me.
Yeah, he knew he was a sweet lick. You could tell he's a sweet lick.
Like both of his arms.
Just by the fact how he was just talking about this situation. Like, yo was geeking, bro. You were never supposed to be up here doing this, man. But Vlad enticed these dudes with money and opportunity.
Arms under my armpit.
That's why you gotta hold the blogs accountable, because they know what they doing. He enticed these people with 5 million followers. Yo, that's hard to resist, man. If you want to get on, and this is the field you want to get in, it's hard to turn down a platform that got 5 million followers. And they say they want to interview you. Knowing what that can do for your career. So they preying on people's dreams. It's almost like when these rappers inbox you like, yeah, you pay me $500, I'm gonna put you on my mixtape. You know, it's the same concept. Most people gonna pay that $500, thinking they can get that exposure. Not realizing, man, that mixtape ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't even gonna promote that bitch. A1, what it do?
And I like lean back like all the way back so his elbows lock up like that. So he holding the gun, he turn it and fire at the refrigerator, and then he like run it. So I just fell back. Like if he would have like tried to hold back, his arm was gonna break. So I just jumped back and fall
Yeah,
all
it
the way
is
back.
messy.
And then when we fall down to the ground, his hand slammed under me. So he let the gun go. And then he tried to pull out, I don't know what he was pulling out, but I took his arm in again while he was on top of me on the floor. So his arms under me, both his arms under me. And I could feel the guns on my back. So I pushed my back all the way down and like bring him closer to me. I'm like, damn, come shoot him, bitch, come shoot him. I'm yelling at him, I'm like, come shoot him. I don't know where she at. So I just keep tugging with him like that until I get rest of them shits out his hand. So then she run over there. She got down shaking and shit. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, shoot him. So like, well, I swing my hip under him like that to put him on top of me, all the way on top of me. And then she's popping him in the back twice. Like, she's like, boom, boom. In the back, he's like, fuck. And this nigga turned into the motherfucking Hawk right there. You would think he would be the Hawk before he got shot. But right there, that's when I guess he got a full adrenaline rush. He started going crazy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, he got the edge over me. Basically to where I was on his back. He pulled the guns out and I got nervous or whatever.
Now imagine, see, this is my thing, right? Imagine being this guy's family, not him, but the victim. I mean, with a suspect / victim. Imagine being on the other end, watching this detailed explanation. See, this is the shit that Vlad don't understand or he don't care about. Imagine being the black family on the opposite end, listening to this detailed, because he goes into great detail about this murder. Like, how would you react about this?
From under
that's what I would have been thinking.
I started wrestling with him.
And that's why this interview that never made the light of day. I'd have never released it. I'm like, this interview gonna get that boy killed, man. And I don't want no parts in that. Even if he doing it to himself, my name will not be tied into that.
And then I see he got 2 guns in his hand. So I'm like, where the fuck did he get 2 guns from? Like, what the fuck? So I'm holding him down like that. And I grab control of the gun because he got his hand on the ground trying to get up. So I'm all on his back. I put my left hand on the gun and the right gun, he aimed at the bitch or whatever. He like aiming at her head, trying to put the beam. So I'm grabbing his arm, like he really trying to aim and shoot at her face type shit. So like he put the beam on her head. And I'm like, run, bitch, run. Like, move out the way. And then she take off running. He fired 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh, no. So I when I grab him, I make him put the gun down. So he got both of his hands on the ground, but his hands still on the guns. And I don't got a good grip. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck you doing? My kid in that back room, fam, tripping. I'm like, go ahead and get up out of here, bro. You already fired like 5 shots. It's hot. The police on the way. Whatever you trying to do gonna go bad for you. You're gonna go straight to prison. Like, go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. He like, no, I'm leaving with some nigga. I'm like, bro, you got me fucked up. He was like, oh, you gonna die. He was like, you gonna die up in here. And I was like, you got me fucked up, nigga. You dying. Fuck that. So I started going crazy, like getting all over him, just whatever to do to get the guns off of him. So while we on the ground tussling, he like, shoot through the door. Shoot through the door. So then I hear like, boom, like as if they tried to kick the door. They tried to kick the door or whatever. I'm like, I'm still on top of him.
And then he edited this shit out.
So I'm looking at her. I'm like, pass me the gun. They're about to shoot through the door. Cause I was gonna lay down and he just turned around and started dumping through the door. And then she's scared to go over there because they fired twice and they stopped. So it was like a 5-second pause. It was like boom, boom through my door. So I'm standing on top of him and he's steady trying to kick me towards the door. So he like pushing me, shoving me towards the door, and I'm like moving his arms out the way trying to get on top of him. So then they fired 2 times to the door. I'm like, slide the gun. And he like kind of right by the edge of it's like an island in the middle. He kind of by the edge of the island. So it's like she can't go around there and grab that gun or slide the gun because I'm under like where his waistline is, grabbing all that shit. He trying to push me down. And I just keep calling up him and grabbing him, but laying on the ground and keeping my head down. So while they firing through the door, they fired twice. I'm like, slide me the gun. She like, they shooting through the door. Like, she don't want to run over there. And I don't blame her. It's her first time, like, even shooting a gun or shooting somebody. So I don't expect her to be on point about everything type shit. So I'm like, all right, baby. I'm like, shoot him then, shoot him. But after I said shoot him, I probably said like 20 rounds just go off through my door. Boom, 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 boom. Back to back, non-stop. Like, that shit would not stop. I'm like, all right, bet. So boom, I'm still stepping down. And I tell her shoot through the door. I'm like, shoot
Yeah,
through the door.
yo, like yo,
What you mean?
there's no way I'd allow this on my platform, bro. Like yo, like I ain't gonna lie, yo, cut this shit. Like yo, y'all not been locked up for murder, yo. Yo, you'll never see me go into detail about, just the details. I talk about what I was locked up for, what they said, people that told. Yo, but you ain't never gonna hear me talk about no planning. Like yo, none of that shit. I don't even want to say it. You understand what I'm saying? Because for one, it ain't worth it's victims. People more. It just ain't worth it. You understand what I'm saying? I couldn't do it because it's not nothing to be proud of. It ain't nothing to gloat about. It just ain't that. It just ain't that. I just couldn't do it.
Want to slide me to gun, blow that bitch through the door then. So she shoot through the door twice. She like boom, boom, and shoot through the door.
He
and
did
then,
now, Deborah.
They left him. They left him like nobody shooting through the door, nobody kicking. You would think like if you go on, I ain't gonna say if you going to go do something like that, everybody gonna be on tack, like especially if y'all call yourself family or whatever. You would think they partners gonna go all out. Like once they shoot through the door, my door is weak at that point. All you can do is just step through it. Like they didn't do nothing. They just completely left him for dead type shit. So I'm like, all right, oh, they scary. Like that's when I knew I had the edge over. I'm like, oh, they left him. I don't hear nothing no more. Like we tussling and fighting, I don't hear nothing. So we get over there by my couch and we just wrestling and shit. I'm like, come shoot him again, because he got one gun in his hand. I already got the other one out of his hand. So I'm like, come shoot him again, come shoot him again. And then he run over there, she run over there and she aiming the gun, but he's sitting down and I'm like standing over him. And I'm like, bitch ass nigga, boom, I'm punching him. Bitch ass nigga, watch out. And then I hit him with a knee in the face. Horrible, and that's when he started going in like panic mode, like going crazy, trying to grab for the gun and grab my.
Much as Vlad interject, he ain't interject. He just let him go. Yeah, man, we were talking so right, yo, because he could have still went to prison for this. Anyway, even if he wasn't killed, he could have still went to jail for this, man. Just because they didn't charge, that don't mean you beat the case.
Leg, and I'm like, shoot him. And then she like trying to aim, but he keep pushing me in front of him. Cause he's sitting down in between my legs, holding both of my legs like that. At that point, like he just started reaching for the gun. He just started trying to get me down.
Because it was really a drug deal. He's making it seem like it was some music shit, but this was really a drug deal gone bad. No, yo, it was a drug deal, bro. This is a drug deal gone bad. This wasn't about no music equipment.
Moving over or whatever, and when I finally like push over and get my leg out the way, that my arm is on him, like in front of him. So when she fired the shot, the bullet hit me straight in my elbow. It just snapped. I'm like, oh fuck, bitch, you shot me. So that bitch ass nigga didn't shoot me at all. Like, I don't know if they getting, you know what I'm saying? That he didn't hit me at all. Like he was just straight soft, like weak.
Listen to this shit, yo. Like, come on now. You couldn't edit that part out.
She shoot me.
That part couldn't have been edited out when he called the man soft and weak. You couldn't edit that out. And just, like sometimes when you dealing with ignorance, you gotta help these people, man. But see, the problem is, Vlad and others, they don't care. He don't give a fuck about him. You feel me? He just trying to get his story up out of him.
And my elbow would instantly break. I'm like, fuck, you just shot me, bitch. What the fuck?
You definitely got to edit out of life. You ain't lying.
She do that. I move all the way out the way because my shit is completely broken, like dangling in it. All I can see my whole bone out my arm. And I can only move my fingers in my full hand, but I can't pick it up straight like this. It's just hanging down like that. But it can move, it can grip at the same type of strength my right hand can at that time. So I'm still holding him down while my shit's bleeding out. And I'm holding him down so he don't slide over to that gun and they in the gunfight and I don't got a gun at all. So while I'm doing that or whatever, she shoot him again. Like after she shoot me in my elbow, I move all the way out the way. My shit broken or whatever. She pop him again in the shoulder or the chest, I think. I don't know where it hit him. But I seen him go like this. He like, fuck. And then we wrestling again on the ground. We just tugging up for that shit or whatever. So I kick the gun and I'm thinking this away from him or like he good. So I step over to talk. I'm like, go grab my son and get your shit and let's fucking go like that. And I'm like, get the fuck up out of here. Let's dip. And then I see him still crawling over, like still moving and shit, like trying to get. And then like I ain't gonna lie, where I kicked it, it was in the hallway, right? But he got towards it, and it looked like he was moving towards where my son was. So I just instantly went in panic mode, and I dove on him like as if I was diving in the pool. Literally jumped on him, and I'm on his back, holding him down like tight like that. I'm like, watch out, bro. Watch the fuck
Yeah,
out.
that
What you
motherfucker
doing,
come
bro?
to his
Get
house
the
is the
fuck up
first
out of here. Just
mistake.
go now, like that. And then he was like,
You
no,
don't know these. He ain't know
hit me
these
with something.
niggas.
So I just, while we tugging, you can tell his back, like the bullets from his back is getting to him. Cause right when he tried to get up, when I walked away to talk to her, he tried to get up and his legs buckled. He just instantly fell. He tried to stand up. Boom, he just fell down. And his leg like looked crazy as hell while he moving towards the gun. So when I jump on him, he got his hand on the gun already and his finger on the trigger. But
I don't know.
it's like the hallway and then my son's room to the left. So he right in the middle. All he do is got to crawl 2 more inches and turn left. And my son right there. So while I'm doing that, I drag his arm down a little bit where it's towards the wall in the bathroom, facing the wall in the bathroom. And I put my finger on top of his finger and I start firing the gun. And I can tell he couldn't really move like that because he weak. Like at that point, he just feeling everything. So I put my knee on his neck like that and I'm holding him down. I put my finger on top of his finger. I'm firing all the bullets for him. So when all the bullets empty, he like, oh, bro, my bad. Come on, bro, I got kids too, bro. Let me make it home and don't let me die or whatever like that. I'm like, bro, you good? I'm like, you good, nigga? I'm like, give a fuck about you. I hope you die, bitch.
Listen to all of this.
I like, you just said you gonna kill my son.
Come on, yo.
And then he was like, no.
You couldn't have edited that part out, Vlad. Like, yo, certain, like, all right, if you gonna let him tell a story, yo, that's like the extra details. Like, yo, this couldn't have been edited out.
Come on, bro, I got kids too, bro. Let me make it home and don't let me die or whatever like that. I'm like, bro, you good? I'm like, you good, nigga? I'm like, give a fuck about you. I hope you die, bitch, like that. I like, you just said you gonna kill my son. And then he was like, no, bro, it's not like that. I like, fuck you, like that. So, boom, whenever I run to the back, I'm like, you got my son? And she's like, I'm picking him up now. So I heard that when she picked him up, she put the blanket over his head. But it's like the middle of the night. He's knocked out, got school in the morning. So he like dead, super tired. He in the middle of his sleep. My son sleep like that. So he got down. She put him on the shoulder. He stay asleep. She put the blanket over his head. He not seeing nothing. He just sleep on her shoulder. We walking out. And then right when she come out, I'm standing by the bathroom watching her, waiting for her to come out so I can take everybody out at once. And then I hear like a boom. And I just tell her, go to the bathroom. And then she start crying because she's scared. So I grabbed the knife from her and I put it on my hip. And I was like,
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking, Rick. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking after this interview. Like, yo, this interview was egregious. Like, yo, he seriously undervalued these people. Or I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. I just know he wouldn't have been able to do this on Keep It G News. He already did. He got killed after this. Dude drove from wherever they came from all the way to another part of Texas and murdered Joe about this shit. Like the next day. Like he got killed right after the interview drop.
I don't know who in here. And then I hear him yell like, fuck.
The problem is that Vlad is not taking accountability. Vlad is blaming the pitcher. No, it was this interview, bro. This interview, if he did this, if one of my homeboys got killed and he went on it and he did this, I would try to kill his ass too. He got killed. He ain't got to kill the dad to the interview drop the day after.
I don't know what the fuck. Maybe they cleaned up. Maybe they grabbed sticks or whatever. Whatever was laying around, maybe they were trying to. I don't know what the fuck they did for real. I just was chilling in the back and she started crying like hella loud. Like I wouldn't say loud, but loud enough to where somebody can hear you. So I smashed my hand on her. I'm like, shut the fuck up before you wake my son up and you see what the fuck going on. So I'm like, I got my hand over her mouth, quiet as fuck. I'm like, shut the fuck up, like be quiet. And then she like sitting in the back chilling. And she like, all right, I'm about to go out there and check. So I pull a gun up and then I walk out there and I'm just aiming and I see him right there by the,
like ain't nobody doing all this,
by the
man.
door. And then he crawled over by the side where my front door is. It's like a little edgeway. He just lay right there. And then he like, while I walk by, he grabbed my foot. He like, come on, bro, take me with you, bro. I can make it to the hospital. I just need to go to the hospital. Oh, nigga, fuck you. Like, I ain't take you no fucking hospital, boy. Your ass about to fry right here And if they come save you, then they come save you. If not, then your ass toasted. You're gone. Last day, last supper, whatever the fuck he ate before he came there.
It edited all that out.
That shit gone. So that was pretty much of that. After that, I rushed to the hospital. Well, I go down. I'm trying to stuff everything in the car, and my son wake up, and he see it. He like, oh, what's up, Dad? But I'm already in the driver's seat, like hiding my elbow. I'm like, hey, we're gonna play a little game. We're gonna play a little game real quick, and I'm gonna take you to your mama's house. And then he was like, what? I was like, you gotta go like this and close your eyes, and then you can't open them until I tell you to open them, or you're gonna go to mama's house and get the toy. And he was like, okay. And he put his hands over his face. But I was doing that because the way my arm was, it was just hanging off, and I couldn't move it because it was like pressuring my bone on my elbow. So I just picked my arm up and put that motherfucker right here. And I'm like, take it off. And he take it off. I'm like, all right, babe, he good. So when I dropped down, I got blood all over my arm, and then whatever the fuck. So, reminder, I already dipped out. I don't know where the fuck they at. I'm thinking they gonna be in the parking garage or something. Nobody in the parking garage at all. So I drop down or whatever, and then I stop. I'm like, oh, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't drive. I can't drive. Somebody got to come. So I call my boy. I'm like, hey, pull up. I gotta go to the hospital, bro. I just got shot in my bone, bro. I'm like, you got shot? He was like, bro, where you at? I'm like, I'm downtown at the spot at my crib. He was like, oh, I was out eating with the bitch or whatever, bro. I'm 7 minutes away. I'm about to turn lift to the crib. I'm like, bet. So boom, he pull up, he swing around, I jump in the car. We go to the hospital. Shit, I pass out for like an hour or two. Cause I started losing so much blood, I started feeling weak. So I guess they plugged me up or whatever. I woke up with like an IV in my arm type shit. And then the police was like, are you good to talk? I guess they sat in there until I woke up. So are you good to talk? I'm like, what's up? And then shit, they asked me what happened.
And that's another thing, bro.
The story.
Like he's telling his story like this is an intentional killing, like he had murder on his mind. Like, oh, this was self-defense. You know what I mean? Now, what changes the element of self-defense is that this was a drug-related crime, but that's not what was told to the police. This case was still under investigation. Like, it wasn't even all the way finalized. You know what I mean? Shorty just was green. Vlad found him one. You know, he found somebody he can get up that bitch and discuss the whole situation.
To him, I'm like, yeah, they'll probably do this or whatever. Then he tried to rob me from a jury or take whatever he think was in the house. So boom, he like, all right, well, we just want to get your side of the story. We're gonna ask the girl at the time. The girl at the time I was with, they asking her too, but I guess they talked to her before me. They already talked to her type shit. So the DEA pull up or whatever, and then I took a nap, and then some other dude walked in. He had on the jacket. He like, oh, I need to talk to you. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm just thinking it's a regular, like, I wouldn't even say a homicide detective, just like a DEA officer, someone that's not motherfucking regular police type shit, like a regular federal agent. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm talking to him, whatever. I'm like, shit, somebody tried to rob me in my crib, and he died. Or he got popped or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what really happened after he got shot. I just jumped out whenever they kicked through the door. I was in a closet with her. Cause I had a blood trail like that. Even the whole thing, the blood trail all the way to the closet. My arm broke at the time too. So I'm just my one hand over, like taking that shit. And then I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Whatever. So I tell him all that, whatever. Then he was like, well, he died. And I was like, shit, good. Like my fucking son was in there. I was like, so whatever go on, I ain't tripping. I did that shit for my son. I was like, he got it. He had to go. He had to die. Like that. And I was like, I couldn't really grab the time where it was time for me to grab the gun. She would have slid it. He could have grabbed it. So shit, I told her to blow him. That's what she got to do. I mean, shit, that's my girl at the time. So shit, if I step, you better step. There I go.
Okay, so you talked to the detective.
Yeah.
You explained, your story. She explained her story. The stories matched up, obviously. So they basically said it's self-defense. You're free to go.
Yep, because at first, I ain't gonna lie, they said the stories didn't match because I ain't telling my son was in there because I was too scared to lose him. I'm like, fuck what they gonna say if I say my son in there. But then when that homicide detective came up, he like, oh, he died or whatever. And he like, was there a kid in there? I was like, nah, there wasn't no kid at all. I don't know, he was just there. And then the other lady came in, but my girl already told her that the kid was in there. So she was like, the stories are mixed up. I'm like, hell nah. I was like, what story you got? She was like, well, they're not mixed up for real, but there's a part about your son being there. I'm like, oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I left that shit out there because I was scared.
Now the girlfriend did an interview too. BTB Savage girlfriend. Yeah, Vlad just he got to take accountability for this, man. This would have never seen the light of day on my platform. This after he got killed. She did an interview after he got killed and the dude got arrested.
Got to meet.
So this the girl right here.
So the people that don't know, I'm from Lima, Ohio originally. Grew up in.
No, that's not the same platform.
Lima, Ohio.
Lima? Never heard of limo.
Lima.
Oh, lima, like a lima bean.
Yeah. They call it the bean.
Lima.
They call it the bean.
Okay.
419.
Okay. So how it was growing up out there?
Country. Like, real. He was like bouncing around. I remember he was just like kind of bouncing around and like figuring it all out at the time when I met him.
No, Shorty was green,
So,
y'all.
like,
He wasn't on no street shit. He just one of them kids that started rapping. I can't even say he had a buzz because he didn't even have a buzz. That's what I'm saying. Like, Vlad didn't pick Shorty out because of his rap skills. Yo picked Shorty out strictly because of that story, man. And that shit got his ass killed.
Like I said, he was still trying to figure things out. And shit happened in LA. We had to move to Texas, probably like 20. I think
They tried to rob him in LA. He was a lit.
Moved to San Antonio. Back couch to couch.
I don't know.
Like, I remember he was like, you can go back. I know it's like, nah, but stay with him. We like figured out like 6 months like that.
So he's like a ride or die?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Period. She was a ride or die.
Yeah,
She said, I moved myself out.
Well, we in this together though.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Was you paying for studio, like helping him pay for his studio time?
Sure.
That's what's up.
Anything he needed. Help with marketing, anything. Started pushing it more. Plus he's doing all this on the side. Like, food. So I tried to like shut the... Then it's... Yeah.
So I got a question. So what happened from like LA? What drove y'all to Texas?
So when we were staying out in LA, one night, I remember he could be getting these weird feelings, like, you know, just the energies in the room be weird and everything. Like, I remember he kept talking about, like, I just don't feel good being here. Like, he was just, I thought he was just antsy. Like, we ordered food. I remember he's like, go get the food from the Uber. They're knocking on the door. I go to open the door, and it's 2 guys standing at the door holding the food. So I tried to, like, shut the door.
Yeah, they tried to rob him in
They
LA.
kicked the door.
He's a victim. He's a victim,
Like,
man.
grabbing me, talking about where he at, and everything. And I'm trying to, like, fall and everything. So, because I'm like, he got me by my hair and a knife on me. The other one got a gun on me. I'm just trying to make enough noise. I don't know what he's going to do. He's back. Our room's, like, in the back hallway. So I'm just praying, like, I don't know what he's going to do, but, like, maybe if I make enough noise, he'll, like, figure something out by the time we get back there. I remember they take me back there. It's like they already knew, like, where the room was and everything. They throw me back there, asking them, like, where the money at, asking them about all this stuff. They start punching him. I'm like, I try to get up. The guy he, like, pushed me down with the gun. So they push us down. I don't even know what they're talking about. They keep asking about money and everything. And I just remember, like, getting drugged room to room. They end up going room to room, taking, like, PlayStations and all kind of stuff, like anything they could find, really. I remember I threw my phone, while they was making us look for stuff, I threw my phone in a box in the room. And then, like, they come back to the back room, they put us back in there. They tell us to like lay back on our stomachs and everything. They didn't found a gun in the house, so they got another gun on us now. Tell us to lay down on our backs, and like said something. I don't know. Something like I'ma take your car. Like they took the keys and said taking the car down the street and everything, and don't make us come back. Some shit like that. And then like I just remember when they left. I locked the door, got the phone, called the police, called
Yeah, he was definitely in the army.
Roommates to come get us, and I don't even know what the fuck. It's like they took the food. Come to find out, they took the food from the Uber driver. Bus in the house.
So this was in LA before y'all even moved to Texas.
No, that's the reason we moved to Texas. That's why we was in San Antonio.
Damn. So y'all already had an experience like a robbery before y'all even got to Texas.
Yeah.
He was a victim,
Damn.
man.
So when y'all got to Texas,
easy lick.
How long, like, you know what I'm saying? How long was y'all out there and just like, you know what I'm saying, doing y'all thing before the second robbery happened then?
So the second robbery is like 2023. That's about 2 years, and he was in San Antonio for 2 years.
Okay. So y'all was living couch to couch, and then y'all went to getting a little bit motion out there in San Antonio. Take me from there.
So getting in Texas, it kind of made it a little smoother because everything's way cheaper. Like living there is cheaper. Being around, moving around is way cheaper. Everything's to get around is cheaper. It's closer to his son, his baby mother. So out in Texas, everything started getting easier to like make money. So it's easier to spend the money in the marketing and everything and work and have more free time and still be able to be involved with everything because it was closer to his family and his son. It just kept getting better. Like he telling me it was like 8 o'clock. That's when he first originally asked me, just lay the son down for bed. Got to take him to school. And he was like, I got this feature. And I'm like it's 8 o'clock. Like, honestly, like we just put your son to bed. Like, you don't need to do it. Like, wait till tomorrow. We can just go in the morning to the studio. He's like, all right. Smoke about it. 10:30, 11 roll around. He's like, it's gonna be easy money. Like, all I gotta do is like they got all the equipment. They can just pull up here. It'd be knocked out in 40 minutes. Like, won't even be that loud. He's already asleep. Like, sleep. We'll put on movie on, so he's good. I'm like trying to tell him like no, but he's just like, yeah, I'm tripping. And then he's like, nah, fuck it, I'ma just do it. Like, he wouldn't let it go. So I remember he's like, I'm gonna walk. But they pull up. And he's like, I'm gonna walk out and get him. So he goes out and he gets him. I go from the bedroom to the living room. So I'm sitting on the couch. And he told me to put on like music or something. So I had it a little up at first, and then like they come in. I see the boy that I recognize, like I said, legit, that he always like popped up every now and then. And then this like, he's like a short, stocky dude, like I don't know, like 220 or something, like like real stocky dude. But he kind of short. He walk in with him, and he's like, this my uncle. And so they come in, he locked the door. They talking for like 3-4 minutes or whatever. He said he forgot something in the car. And then I remember he told the little boy to go legit. And so it was weird because he was like, he's the one that's supposed to do the song. We don't even know dude, like, but I figured it's because it's his, like he said, it's his uncle. So like, you know, the route, he's like, I guess he's trying to be understanding, make him comfortable, I guess. And then, like, I remember he walked out the door, and then, like, I remember I was, like, looking at him, and he goes and he locks the door. And the dude's like, we not on that. And it's just, like, they're talking. I turn the music down a little bit so I can hear a little bit. Try not to be too much in the conversation and everything. But he's like, no, we not on that. He's like, nah, it's when he come back and knock, I let him in. Like, it's nothing. So they're sitting there chopping it up. But he's like, playing in his like pocket. I noticed he pulls out some money. But he puts it back in there. And then like he's just walking around. We have like an island kitchen. So we stayed downtown in San Antonio at this point. We had moved from the Elion to a crib downtown.
A condo, right?
Yeah, we moved to a condo downtown. And so when you walk in the front door, it's literally like the kitchen and then the living room connected. Like in just straight like water ceiling windows. So our kitchen is an island kitchen and everything. So he's like walking around it. The rat locked the door and like walking around it. But he's like follow him around him. And he's like, like I say, I feel like he's like, in my head I'm thinking he's like talking to him, but he's like pulling out the money, but he's like fidgeting. So like I'm like trying to set up and everything, and then I don't know what they said something real low, and then next thing you know I hear I look over and he got like two like big ass guns on him. And Terrell's just like, babe. And when he said that, he like looked back to see me. And I'm like trying to run forward. Like I'm about to go like punch this nigga or something. I'm just go, I don't know what to do. And like when I'm running over, he lets off like 2 shots like right by my head. And it like leaves these big like through the, like you hear him they go through the wall into the bathroom. And I'm like, oh shit, his son's in the other room. And like it's connected to the other room outside the living room. So I'm like, he's like, when he did that, Darrell was in the army. So I don't know if it's like some army thing he did. He like hits his arm and he like locks him somehow. And he's like holding him like this. And he's headbutting him. But Duke is like trying to like turn it and he can't because he's got him in this lock. And like Darrell's just hitting him in his head. So I try to run to the door real quick because there was a hole through the my heart's racing talking about it. There's a hole through the door to the bedroom, so I'm freaking out about his son. So I go and I like put my ear to the door because his son is like, his schedule's pretty down, so like when he freaks out, he like screams and he runs out for his dad. So I was like, if he's gonna wake up, I'm gonna hear him. And it was quiet, so I ran back. I'm trying to help him. And they're like wrestling around on the floor and they're letting off shots at the same time. So I'm trying to come around from the other side. I like come to like kick him, and then like when I go to kick, there's like he puts a beam on my head. And like Darrell like hits him somehow. Like he's like holding him and like hitting him they're like wrestling literally like on the ground. Side to side. He's like hit him and the shots let off into the side wall, go through the wall. And like I'm running around, and then he like I said, they're letting him off, and then he like hits one to me. So I like grab it and I like shoot. I shoot twice in it, and then it's like I don't know, like Darrell's like, just go. So I'm thinking he's telling me to stop like shooting. So I'm like, he like turns up. I don't know what it was. It was like the Incredible Hulk turned up or something, and he's like, I'm not leaving here without nothing. And he like punches Darrell and everything, and then Darrell like he's like kicking him, he's hitting him, he's still holding the other gun, and then like he throws him on the door. So I go to shoot, and then he like turns him, and it like hit the like knot like the side of the doorway, and then he's like, shoot through the door. I got him on the door, and he's like holding him on the door. Darrell like kicks off the door, and just as he's kicking out the door and I'm trying to run across, you just hear like the loudest like gunshots going through my front door, like boom, boom, boom.
How did he get the door open?
The door wasn't open.
No, he
just shot
failed.
They shot through the door.
After you shot through it.
No, and then he kicked off the door. So when he kicked off the door, he kicked off to the left, like the left side of like I said, the island kitchen. And I had the gun still, and I hear him yell as he's doing that, shoot through the door. So that's when I shot through the door. So I let off like probably like 2-3 shots. And it was empty.
I feel like you lit that shit up.
Nah, like there was the gun I shot was it's his gun. Like it was one of the ones he was letting off, so it wasn't many shots left in the house.
So it was his gun. You
Try to rob.
The dude who robbed y'all, or tried to rob y'all, you killed him with his own gun.
Darrell wrestled a gun from him, and he's still wrestling another gun from him.
Yeah. And then don't nobody even know that he was in the army. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. That's crazy.
It's gotta be his army
Nigga,
strength,
army
'cause
picture?
he used to like do all kind of stuff. Like I'd be in the house like chilling. He would hand me a gun, like take it apart, put it together. He like load it, unload it. Like, and I'd be like, come on. He like always, all the time. Like he was just always somebody that was like, he really crossed his T's, dotted his I's most of the time. Like.
So I need you to rewind for just a second. So when you say that you were shooting through the door and somebody was shooting through the door back, like that was the Jit outside?
Yeah.
That was originally supposed to do the feature.
Yeah.
So he basically heard commotion and all that from outside the door.
Of course.
Yeah, he heard him say shoot through the door. He was trying to hold him up through the door, and it was just like.
Damn, so they was trying to do some shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
100%.
That's crazy.
When I let off the shots through the door and the clip ended, it emptied from that point. Like, it wasn't really like, I don't know if it was coming or anything, but I didn't hear anything anymore coming back from the door. And like, they still wrestling around on the ground. He's like wrestling with the gun, but he's like reaching out his back, like he still got something in his back. And like, Darrell, like, I remember he like punched him twice. He like punches him. I'm coming around I'm about to run around the counter, and he hits a gun on top of the counter. And I remember I grabbed it, and then I like aimed it, and he looked dead at it, and like I went to shoot it, and the clip fell out. And I grabbed the clip. He like grabbed it, and then like Darrell go to grab him and everything. They're still wrestling. I go to shoot, and he like turns him. He's holding him, and he turns Darrell like a shield almost. And I hit Darrell in his elbow.
Yeah, so that's why he had the sling on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I hit him in his elbow, and like right after that, he was like, "Go, go, go!" And then like the dude's like on top of him, and I just let off like 2-3 more, and then like Darrell's like pushing off, crawling from under him, and like I didn't know if he was reaching, so like it looked like he was like reaching for like still like there was another gun or something, and he like I just shot it, and then that's when he kind of like silent. I remember it was just like Darrell's arms like hanging. His arms like hanging, he's bleeding, and he's like, my son, my son. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get him. And I like run in there, he's asleep. Like his son didn't even wake up.
Mm.
Like, grace of God.
So what did y'all immediately do right after that? Because I mean,
I got a question. So after those 3 shots, was he was done?
I didn't check on him.
He went to go get the son.
Yeah, I was not worried. He wasn't moving, so I wasn't worried about it no more.
So
like,
immediately, what happened after that?
So I remember Darrell's arms just like hanging. He's looking for the keys, cause I'm like, he has to go to the hospital. Like, so I remember like I'm freaking out though, cause I'm like, I go in there to get his son. His son's knocked out. Like, grace of God, like didn't even. So I'm like, wake him up. He's like, just wake him up. And I'm like, all right. And I'm like, he's like, just tell him we're going to go play a game. And I was like, all right, so if you want to go we're going to go see your mom tonight. Like, just let's play a game with your dad and everything's going to be good. Remember, I picked him up and I put a blanket over his head because I'm thinking like, like, I don't know, like, if he's going to, like, remember this or, like, see it or anything. Like, God forbid that. So
yeah, this the chick right here, Rick.
I just
what's up, Time?
I remember covering up with a blanket, and then like he gets the keys and he's like,
Yeah, but you see how she told the same story? You know what I mean? Like, yo, he could have told this story, yo, without the theatrics. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, what got him killed is the way he told the story. Yo, he told the story in in a braggadocious manner. Shorty, she the one did the shooting. Shorty is humble. You know, you can tell that, you know, she's showing some type of compassion or emotion to the situation. Yo, he could have told that story and he wouldn't have ended up dead, man. He just didn't do it the right way. You know, and Vlad ain't do nothing. Yo, cause Vlad assists people in his interviews. I didn't watch interviews when Vlad helps people with their story. But for some reason, he just let Shorty just go rogue and, you know, do your thing. I mean, it's my platform, but you fucking do what you want on this bitch. It's yours today. You understand? Yo, Vlad was he was irresponsible for that, man.
Me, and then we like unlock the door, and like Darrell like peeks out the door. He's the first one out the door, and then I just remember running with him, like holding his son, and just like running with him. He's like running out there, run to the car, got in the car.
I go like it was self-defense.
He drove. He drove. He's from there, so I guess he always figured like I would have to get a GPS to figure out where I'm going out there. I'm not from there. And he's like, I'm not taking my son to the hospital. So he's like, I need you to take him to his mom. So he calls his friend. His friend doesn't live too far from us. So he calls him. He pulls up. He jumps in his car and he's just like, get my son to his mom. And that's what I did. I called her. I remember she met up with me. Me and her, like I said, we've always been good and understanding. So I just told her, I need to get your son, and I'm gonna make sure you talk to Darrell in the morning or like
I'm
as
just
soon as
saying if they was
possible.
gonna do it,
Like I just want to make sure
if
you
they
have
was
your
gonna
son
do it,
first.
it's a way. It was a way it could have been done with compassion. You know what I mean? And not the way that Vlad did it.
And then like his boy calls me like 30, 40 minutes later because Darrell's in the hospital. I guess he had to have surgery and everything. I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to go up there. Like I said, like I'm not from out Texas. I'm like, do I need? No problem. Like with no problems. Okay. Like it wasn't like didn't do nothing to my credit. Like yeah. Taking the moment for what it is. Like he felt like the way I see it from him. Like taking his son to school like weekly and everything. Like really involved. So I feel like, but they came back and they said we're just gonna file it.
When it hit the news, like, you know what I'm saying, and basically, like, before it hit the news, did you go back to the apartment that night or the next morning?
Nah, so what happened was the first night we was in the hospital all night. Like he
What
had
page is this? What's the name of that page? Mix One Essentials. That's who page this is, y'all.
like 2 surgeries and everything. He didn't get released till the next morning. And like when it started hitting the news and the blogs is because, like I said, we didn't really know at the time who they are that did it per se. Mm-hmm. So like he's like, I'm over here like this is crazy, and he's kind of like taking the moment for what it is. Like he felt like the way I see it from him, like he felt like somebody he was trying to help try to cause harm into him, and like he wasn't really he didn't feel bad. Like he shouldn't feel bad. We didn't feel bad, but like he was kind of, it looks like he was celebrating. And I think the first thing that picked it up was like Say Cheese, and it was him dancing in the gown in the hospital bed with his cast.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. So that was the first one, and then that day we went back to got to go back to the apartment. We had to like move everything out. Like what?
Yo, you funny as shit. That is simple though.
Huh?
Y'all got kicked out the condo?
Yeah, but not with no problems. Like with no problems. Okay. Like it wasn't like didn't do nothing to my credit. Like Like, it didn't do nothing. Like,
So y'all went back to the condo.
Yeah, we had to go back. That was crazy. Like, because they don't, like, things with, like, deaths and homicides and everything, like, they don't, like, clean nothing. They just, like, remove what they need.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Like, they don't remove, like, it's up to the people that live there or the way the leases and everything are worked out. Like, so when we go back, it's just, like, you just see, like, you see the holes everywhere. Like, you start counting, like, how everything is. Like, there's just blood, like, throughout the whole house. Like, you just walk in. It's like a trail. Like, you'll see, like, a hole, and then you see splatter. You'll see, like, holes through the floors and stuff. And it's just, like, I remember we was in there, and then, like,
I don't think they want her.
he caught, like, somebody that he knew down the hall come in there, and they're talking or whatever, and he's like,
I want to see how she felt about the death.
no, you know.
So when he did the Vlad interview, was you there for that?
No, I left Houston 2 days before he recorded it. So they recorded it so it dropped like what, March 29th. They recorded it on March 17th. So I left the 15th.
Yeah, he was dead on the 30th.
Like,
Can we get into it?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, I just want to ask, like, why did you leave? I know as your friend, but I don't gotta ask, can we? Cause
Nah, it was just mental. Like, it was just like,
She probably ain't like the interview.
I was there like that. Like I said, that happened at the beginning of February. I was there till March, like a whole month, like March 15th. Like, so when it was coming around that, it was just like a lot of, like, not seeing eye to eye. Like I said, not seeing eye to eye on things and everything. Like, it wasn't like, no, like,
She
left behind.
She probably told him not to do it because she the one that committed the murder. She the one did the shooting. So it's like, why are you going up there telling my story? It's really her story. He just was a victim of it.
Like that, it was just like, honestly, things needed, like, I'm like talking like, come to Florida. He don't want to go to Florida. He want to be closer to, like, Money Man's, like, trying to sign him at this time. Like, they're in the talks about paperwork and everything. He had just went to Rolling Loud. Money Man took him out to Rolling Loud. He was on stage with him and Junie Knots. So he felt like it just made more sense, like, even in the healing process, like, in the disagreements, to, like, separate for a while and, like, figure it out, like, me healing my way and where I'm comfortable and he's comfortable with his career. Made a good choice for himself at the time, you know what I mean? Like, he felt like that was his best decision at the time and everything, so that's how that came about. And then the interview of Vlad drops. Vlad drops and goes crazy. But I think when it was going crazy at first, and then I think the screen grab from Twitter is what really made it blow up even crazier. And then I just remember, like, that morning he, like, texted me, like, this, like, long paragraph and everything, and it was just, like, saying sorry and, like, love you. It was, I don't know, it was weird, like a whole, like, message early in the morning. And I just remember I was just like, all right, like, I'm visiting family and everything. Like, I'm chilling. I remember later that night, I'm, like, getting ready and everything. And, like, I'm with my friends and I, like, go live. And then, like, my live's, like, going stupid. And I'm, like, people are, like, my phone's going crazy. And, like, and it's all these, like, 210 numbers calling me and everything. Like, hella people calling me. And I'm, like, bro, this boy done changed his number. Everybody trying to reach him and, like, calling my phone now. Like, all his friends are calling me. Everybody's calling me. And then, like, I remember I got a call from his baby mom, and she was just like, hey, like, she's just like, I can't reach Darrell. And people are sending me, like, weird threats and everything, and they're saying weird stuff to me. Like, any chance you, like, talk to him? And I was like, I'll call his mom. I'm trying to call his mom. His mom not answering at the time. She worked in Vegas at the time, so she probably was working. And then like,
Baba had a good job. He's a good kid,
I
man.
remember my homegirl, like, she
Try
calls
good
me,
kid. Try to start living his raps and shit.
and then she like just like says it, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, she's like, nah, Darrell's Savage is dead, Savage is dead, and I'm like what? I'm like, girl, like it's like not hitting me, but it's hitting me, and like I'm like getting these like. I noticed like my Instagram like start saying like people are sending me like stuff and tagging me on something, and then like what confirmed it is when his boy calls me and he's like, nah, like it's him, and I'm trying to figure out like how everybody knows, and I'm like how you like it's an article, people are like posting some video, sending me some video of him, and then like. That's when I got like another call, and it's like the investigator. I had a voicemail from the investigators saying they was like trying to reach his family and next of kin and everything. And that's when I called them back, and then his mom calls me like right after I got the voicemail, and that's when it just everything just like.
So a lot of people want to know, like, when that did happen, and like you said about this video, was that the same condos?
Nah.
Cause a lot of people, a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people was like, bro, he was at the same little spot.
Nah, he ain't
He tried to move.
Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everything kind of went fast. I think he just got caught in the moment and got, you know what I'm saying? Rolled the dice and it didn't work out.
Yeah, because people were saying that.
Now we moved to Houston.
Okay.
That's what happened. We went from San Antonio, like I said, we was at that condo. We was there for we was in San Antonio probably like another week after that, maybe. Just like trying to figure out like take what we can, take what we want, like how we gonna go about this, figure out where we about to stay. And then we was in Houston. We was downtown Houston, like nice, trying to figure it out, trying to like.
My first drove from
Instantly
San
got a
Antonio to
condo,
Houston.
trying to like. We didn't have to like do no couch this time. Like we had everything at least in order still. Like we still had our funds and everything, so it was easier to go to Houston. But like I said, I was there for a while and then not seeing eye to eye on certain things. Like I said, people seen the post and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't see what he was getting on his side. They just see what he was posting. So it looked crazier on his part and everything. They don't see like the messages he was getting.
Yeah, the messages is probably like the threats and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, to this day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so the post did come after the interview. Vlad lied again. Lying bitch. Talking about the fucking he posted something. I mean the post came before the interview. That interview was disgusting, man. I didn't ever post it. And Vlad still to this day hasn't taken accountability for the role that he played. But y'all, I'm ready get off this live, man. I appreciate everybody that tapped in, yo. We just found out Jake Paul was a Jewish. I didn't know that, but it makes sense. I think even with the allegations with Gervonta Davis, man, they still had that fight. They don't give a fuck about no allegations. They want the money. You know what I mean? If it was about allegations, then he wouldn't have even tried to book the fight with Gervonta Davis. He'd have never scheduled it because Gervonta Davis got a slew of allegations that's been around his name involving women, the same woman for years now, and it never was an issue then. Now all of a sudden it's an issue. You know what I mean? You do now it's an issue. I think Gervonta wasn't trying to take a fall. I think they wanted Gervonta to lose. And your pie like, man, fuck no. I mean, we gonna fight. If you beat me, but I ain't taking no fall. That's just my opinion. The other stuff could play a role, but I don't think that was the sole focus in why they canceled the fight. Because they just was talking about trying to reschedule it to December. Before the cancellation, they was talking about rescheduling it to December. Now they saying the fight ain't gonna happen. But y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all appreciate everybody that tapped in. Make sure y'all share the live. If you want to support the platform, Cash App Baltimore Swag. It's another day keeping you